Hello, world. Today, our special guest is Syed. You go right ahead, Syed. You say whatever you feel.
Okay, we'll try. We try to be politically correct, so
Yeah.
we don't want to offend anybody. So anyhow, you already introduced me. My name is Syed Ali. I live in Cumming, which is north of Atlanta, and I have a company called Southeast Computer Recyclers. For the short, we have a DBA as SECR. So we are an R2V3, which is a recycling company of electronics. So what we are trying to do though is your old stuff, especially the companies have decommissioned electronics like computers, laptops, monitors, and networking gear. So they want to, instead of throwing it away, we want to take that out of their hands, process them, clean that up, clean all the information, and then we try to reuse it so that they don't end up in our wastelands. It does not destroy environment and earth. So this is something we are doing to help create a better environment for our future generation. So a lot of time what happened is in the older days they had those old electronics, especially computers, laptops. They try to just throw it away. And remember, those things are not biodegradable, so they stays there. They have some chemicals in there, so they're toxins, so that would destroy our precious earth, and then it come back and haunt us in the future. So what we are trying to do though is make it reusable. Remember, we may be blessed here in this country, one of the greatest country in the history. We are lucky to be living. We call it United States of America. But if you go out there, there's a lot of underprivileged and the poor people who can reuse it. These computers, which may be worthless for us, especially the desktops, laptops, and all those. But those people in the underdeveloped or developing countries, those are like a treasure. So they can also use those and be aware of what's going on in the world for education purposes. Because remember, $1,000 may not be a lot for us, but over there, if you convert it in their currencies, that becomes a lot of money, maybe their year worth of wages or salary. So they can't afford it. So what we are trying to do, and we did a lot in Africa too. So I have one of my affiliate, they have their facilities in Tanzania, like Dar es Salaam, and Accra, which is the capital of Ghana. So we have facilities, and very routinely we donate a lot of stuff to the schools and the underprivileged kids there, so that they also, it helps them in their learning process and overall quality of living. So we are trying every bit of it, make it so. R2 is an abbreviation of responsible recycling, reuse, recycling. There are a few abbreviations for that. So what we are trying to do though is all these electronics, and trust me on that, because we are in this industry. There are truckloads, thousand tons, 7.7 ton a year of all these decommissioned electronics end up as discarded. So we're trying our best to get it into a responsible hands, and we process in a way that we make it 99% of the time, 99.9%, that make it reusable, so that they don't end up in the landfills or destroy our precious environment. So that's our business is. So if you have something, so we do a very small scale as well as a large, from coming from corporate clients that they have, because they routinely dispose of their old computers, laptops, whatever they use, in thousands. So we love to have those, process them, we clean up of all the information, so there is no proprietary information going into somebody's hand, and then make it reusable. So help us protect the environment, and most importantly, make it accessible to those people who have they don't have access to that, or those who can't afford to do that. So this is our business. My background is, if you allow me to just elaborate on that. Originally, I was born in and spent a very short period of my early life in Pakistan. I used to live in capital, which is Islamabad. My father was in USIS, which is United States Information Service, which is under State Department. So we are used to that since we grew up to the American culture and all that, because we grew up in that. So I did a master's in English and English literature, and then I did my second master MBA from New York, from NYIT. So I have two masters in different capacities. So then I live a good bit of part in New York from '85 through 2001. Then I moved 2001 to Georgia, and that was I think one of the best thing, because my wife threatened me if I don't move out of New York. Nothing against New York, because I lived my best part of my life, my young life, student life in New York. The best part of my life means, like, when you are young, you are living in New York, going to the college. It's a different field. But for the family life, my wife didn't like it, so she forced me kind of to come back to Georgia. And that I never thought, when I was in college, like in '80s, I never thought in a million years I would be living in some, down the road in Georgia.
Yeah, but
Because
ain't you proud your wife made you move to Georgia?
the coincidentally, maybe luckily, my wife's uncle, he lived here in Alpharetta, so he used to live in a used to work in a big company. So when that was a turbulent time, 2001. So he said, she want to get out of there. She was sick of New York. So she said, so the uncle said, okay, why don't you come and visit us in Georgia? And they lived in, at that time, Norcross. So he said, why don't you come and visit and see how do you like it? If you like it, then you can move here. So we were contemplating to move somewhere out of New York anyway. So we came here. She liked it. So, and the rest is history. We moved in 2002 here, and ever since it's been 21 years. So we live in Alpharetta, which is northeast of Atlanta. A very peaceful town, very tech-savvy town. Mostly, IBM head offices are there, Hewlett Packard, AT&T, big offices. It's more like a technology district too. So
Yes,
we
I'm
live there.
familiar with that.
So Alpharetta. So my office in Alpharetta. Actually, my warehouse and office of Southeast Computer is in there. But I live just like 15 minutes from there in Cumming, Georgia, very famous too for a different reasons. So I live there, and I have two boys. One, my elder son he did his master's from Georgia Tech
Yeah,
in
I met
computer
him.
sciences. You met him,
Yeah.
and my youngest one is going to UGA. He's 8 years younger to my eldest son. So he's want to become a doctor. So he's in University of Georgia, currently enrolled, and he's now a sophomore, so he's going to be a junior next year. So education is a big part of my life, because the way we are grew up. My father had two master's degrees, so for us, you have to have a minimum master's degree to survive in my family. Otherwise, you're going to be casted away. So this is the story of life. So we've been here in this, blessed to be here. We knew that we're gonna come here because my father worked for U.S. government for 35 years, and he served in a, because he was an overseas post in Pakistan, but he was a State Department employee and information service. So we were at the height of the Cold War at that time. Bearden, you are old enough to know that '70s, was the big, Cold War thing, and since my father was in information, so he was the head of all the U.S. centers, information centers, and libraries. So he was the head of that. So we were on the forefront of dispersing values, American values, democracy, and all those, because at that time there was a big Russian influence there, and they were trying to penetrate into the population to spread more socialism. So, in a sense, you can say from the childhood we were in tune with that democracy and all that, and we had a kind of a blame from other local people saying, "Oh, you are American agents." Yeah. So so they were like saying us, you are promoting American values and all that, because there was a big social influence there, especially from Russia was spending a lot of resources within the politics and circles there to get their influence. Because remember, a lot of people may not know, Pakistan is very strategically located because it has the access to all part of the world, from Europe to Central Asia to Afghanistan to other places, Iran, and to Europe. So if you control, whoever control Pakistan, they control a big chunk of that influence in that region. Because why America has so much influence there, why they spend so much resources there, so they didn't want it to go into to the socialist or the Russian side. So that is everybody knows about it, especially on the circles. So not to touch politics, but this is geopolitical kind of positioning of Pakistan. And unfortunately, Pakistan, even though we pretended to for a long time to be a democratic country, and we are those, but it never could groom that kind of a spirit there, because it was controlled by military for better part of it. Almost half, 50% is controlled by and ruled by, directly and indirectly ruled by the military. The very strong army there. And it's a nuclear nation. That's the
Yeah.
only probably is definitely the only Muslim nuclear power in the whole world. So unfortunately, because of that, a lot of eyes are on Pakistan, being that they don't want to let it go out of hand. And since military is the main player there and the ruling party, I call it. So if somebody says there's no democracy there never was it. Even those few, there were two families who've been controlling the government. One is called the Nawaz Sharif family and they ruled three times now, the fourth time just now. And People's Party, the Benazir Bhutto family clan. So they ruled three times, but they were also controlled by the establishment. Establishment mean the military. So they were controlling, and yes, right now there's interim government. There's supposed to be an election last year in under the constitution. So military didn't want it, so they didn't care about the constitution. So the Pakistan doesn't have practically any functioning government because of the corruption and the control by the very powerful military. And they control all the resources, not just the government. They control the judiciary, all the judges are controlled by him. Whatever they say, there's no independent judiciary in Pakistan. And
What do you think now about America? How the laws are so corrupt? Our government is getting corrupt like other countries. Not saying that every country is corrupt, but most all are.
Yeah, most of them. You're right. I'm not gonna mince words about that, because the thing is, the way the government in even in here, they cannot control people if they are not the corrupt. So, like for example, Pakistan, there is a corrupt regime there on all levels. Not just I'm talking about military. Military is down, is filthy, corrupt, and rich. There was every general who's the chief of army staff, they become billionaires. You know, if you look at you, your army, even a general, would not even come near in terms of wealth to Pakistani general. They are literally, if I'm not saying billionaires in dollars, millionaires in dollars. They have houses in Europe, England, even in America. America knows about it.
Yeah.
America knows about it. But again, that's how you control people. Because if there's an honest person comes in, like I don't want to, I'm not on any side, but I'll tell you one thing. Donald Trump, at the time when Donald Trump was the president, the prime minister was Imran Khan, who's the only honest person ever lived in Pakistan. There were never been an honest person, all been corrupt. So he was the only, and that's why he got dethroned, because he was manipulated, and then they bought out uh, with a lot of money from outside all the political, those members of the, and he's been thrown into jail. They're trying to suppress him because, and and Donald Trump, I give him kudos on one thing. He saw this guy because he invited him to White House. When he came to the White House, and just like last week, I'm going to send you that clip. So Trump was in a rally in, I think so, in Alabama or somewhere last week. He was there. So he said, one of my best moment in my life was when I met Imran Khan. He said clearly. So you can play that clip, because he was the honest, and he was the only honest man, and that's why he couldn't survive in that country where everybody, your journalism, like we are talking here, if you do that show in Pakistan, you would be in jail, and your people won't even know where you went. You would be gone. Like, gone means gone. Like, even your loved ones would not know either you are alive or dead.
Tell people, these young people out here that thinks communism and socialism is a great lie. Tell them a little about communism and socialism.
The thing, there's a lot of misinformation and all that. Excess of everything is bad. I say that too. Moderation and socialism, because remember, it is everything is controlled by one entity, and then they distribute it onwards. But who knows? Is it going to be an even distribution, fair distribution, or who are really the deserving one get it? One thing, what is not good about socialism is that it kills the entrepreneurial spirit. You won't have Bill Gates. You won't have Elon Musk. Why he's here? You won't have all those visionaries, before that, J.P. Morgan or Edison or Marconi, who discovered so many things and who created things. Tesla's original, the guy who created the current, alternate current and those. So the thing is, socialism may be good on a very limited level where you can be fair to all the people. But we are talking on a countrywide, it does not inject the kind of, you need the entrepreneurial spirit and the quality of life. I remember that since you talk about it, in 70s there was Benazir Bhutto's father was Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, who was later hanged by another dictator from army. I don't know what he got into his mind. One day he woke up, I want to be a socialist. So he nationalized all the institution in Pakistan, corporation, companies, everything. Government took over, and they destroyed all the industries.
Do you think the Democratic Party here in the United States is trying to turn this to socialism and communism?
They have I know they may not say openly, but you see the kind of the trajectory they are trying to adapt is, the route they're trying to do is to some extent, or to maybe a little bit greater extent, towards that social. I know that no one likes in America the stigma of being called socialist, but again, yeah, they are, but they more than anything else, the they need to have a balanced approach, the Democrat, and which they are lacking. Balanced approach means, don't forget how America got to be where it is right now. Don't forget that. If you those people came in all over the world. I came from overseas. I'm the second. My kids are Americans, of course they're born here, but and that's what I tell them. Don't forget your roots. Just like your forefather came in. Why you been so successful? And sometimes I tell, I talking to the young folks, my friends of my kids, those are Americans. They say, listen, first of all, you take it for granted that you are born in this country, because it's a biggest blessing, because you have the freedom to do or be whatever you want to be. And it's not easy. You go to other countries, take what's going on in the Middle East. They're just yearning to drink a glass of water in a free air. Just think about it. Drink a glass of water in a free air, but the people have not a free space to drink a glass of water.
See, and I tell these young kids on my show, they think, well, the government's going to take care of us, but see, that's part of taking, the rights away. They're telling these kids, and they're legalizing drugs and messing people's heads up. These kids are messing their heads up, and they don't even know. They don't. They don't really know the actual truth about communism, socialism. They don't know how cruel and evil it really is. They just see the dollar signs. They see that they can sit on their couch, watch TV, and drink beer. But I'm going to tell you something. When you're under socialism, you don't get to go party. You don't get to do the things you do. You don't get to have your drugs and all these things. You're under domination. You can't be free to do anything, just like you said about a glass of water.
Yeah, you're spot on, Lamar, on that. That our kids, what I tell to my kids, I tell my story. Listen, when I came in, I work hard. I told them, listen, when I was young, going to the college, so I used to work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. At the same time, I was going to school. So I used to work in downtown Manhattan. So from Queens, it was a 1 hour ride on a subway. So I get up 6 o'clock, get on, and then 8 to 6 was my hours. I used to work there. From 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock was my class. When I get back home, it was like middle of the night. Then cook, because we were alone. Family was not here, so you cook, you do everything. By the time you sleep, it's like 1 o'clock, and you get up again 6 o'clock. Since that day, I hated alarm clocks because it reminded me, because you were half sleep only. And I did it for a long time until I got graduated and all that. I said, listen, you guys are so blessed that you don't have to get to that process because you were born here. And if you want to kill somebody's spirit, give them free stuff. Free stuff means, why they say, why would I have to work hard? I get everything in my couch, right? Just like you said it, right? I got my food, right, coming to my table. I got my beer. I got TV. I can watch football too, which is nothing wrong with that. I'm a passionate, football watcher. But again, you got to pay your dues.
Yeah.
Work hard at this time when you can, so that you can pass on this torch to your next generation. This one thing is lost in between the last few decades, is that I think that sometimes, parents to blame too. We raised complacent lazy kids.
Yeah.
They take it for granted. They say, okay, now since we are born in this country, somebody else gonna take care of. Or we entitled to that. Just like you heard of entitlement has to be, because you look at that, we are going backwards on everything. We were on top on education, maths, science, and everything. Now, if you get all the industrialized nation, we are on top from the bottom.
Yeah, and what I'm looking at, all these college kids, well, one side's against Israel, one side's against the Palestinians, and I'm looking at all this. I thought they was in college to learn, not to protest and all that. They got their opinion, okay, but it's to just make such a big deal that this world is full of wars. This world is full of unjust, and for them just to just protest this, protest that, and people going to different countries, different governments going to do what they want to do. It don't matter about their protesting,
Yeah,
and they
you're
should,
right on that.
and they
The
should,
thing is, first of all, when you're going to a college, you got to do all the things which make your future life productive. You know, get into sororities and society. That's fine with, but first, do not lose focus on one important why we are going to a college education.
yeah,
That's the one thing. And one thing which is, I think, so very, very dangerous. I say, coming from Southeast Asia, which is a dangerous part, I'm saying dangerous thing which is happening in America is the woke culture. Those who have kids, now we have to watch over our shoulder. Like, oh, my kids are grown. I have no worries. But my next generation, my kids would be, you know, exposed to this dangerous philosophy of woke LGBTQ. And nothing. I'm from New York, so I have a lot of friends which were, from that community. Very good colleagues, friends. We were but we never had anybody forcing on anything onto you their beliefs or their lifestyle. What they're trying to do, they are changing the minds on the lifestyle, making it acceptable, which may not be acceptable to you or me or my kids, because we are from separate belief. You're from, Christian belief is not allowed. In Muslim Islamic belief is not allowed to have that kind of a lifestyle. I'll accept you as a human being, no matter you're a gay or a lesbian. Yeah, I take you, because I had friends. We were very good friends. We were very good colleagues in there. But at that time, there was no one enforcing anything onto you. Now you look at that, and this happened very rapidly I would say within few months, that corporation got involved. Who is pushing the buttons in the back? It cannot just happen all of a sudden.
yeah,
The narrative, okay, this is the life, not only that we want it, we want you. And openly, when you're having and I got so upset and depressed when I saw one of their rallies, LGBTQ big rally, and they are chanting, we are here, we're gonna stay here, we are coming for your kids, children. That is the most gross thing I have ever heard in this country. I thought we are free. But now when you look at that, the way they are enforcing on you, they're changing from the kids. The lawmaking in Los Angeles, that they can allow 5-year-old to have a sex change operation without even the knowledge or consent of the parents. Or why don't you take the parents and raise them then? If
you know,
that's you say.
and see, a 5-year-old kid don't understand all this
Not
stuff.
only I say 18 years old don't understand nowadays, because they are not exposed to the realities of life, the way we have gone through the life, ups and downs. Then you create that reference of context, I call it, the memory. Just like computer has a memory we develop over time. Even 18-year-olds don't know. If you tell them one thing like 1,000 times, they're gonna take it as reality. Unlike you and me, who have gone through, because we're gonna analyze against our reference of content, which is our library, which is our memory. No, this is wrong. So what they have done, whatever that group is, I'm not I don't want to say that I'm against any kind of lifestyle. Whatever you want to do, which is make you happy, go ahead and do it. Just like it's been going on for years. Don't be, first of all, humanity is the number one priority.
Don't force it on.
No, but don't force it on to, and especially go after those, which is our next generation. Mess up their mind. Most of them who had adapted their life, trust me on that. Anything against nature is wrong.
Yeah.
Nature, I'm not going to use the word of God or whatever it is, because somebody can say, oh, look at that, they brought religion. But I'm saying
I have to
nature.
say,
Nature.
Jesus Christ came to tell people it was wrong. And you, as whatever religion you are, that's you. And I believe y'all think it's wrong. Your religion thinks it's wrong.
Exactly. Absolutely. No, pick up any religion, Lamar. Wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
No matter what religion is that.
Absolutely.
Wrong, they're going to say, okay, lying is right in my religion. Then you have a wrong religion.
That's right. That's what Talking Live is about. Tell the truth. You know, like YouTube, Facebook, they get all mad about the truth. They hate the truth. If you put the truth up there, sometimes they're going to cut you off because they hate the truth.
Not only that, they don't want other people to listen to that. That's another thing. Remember, why they cut you off? So that it doesn't become louder to get to other people.
Yeah.
So again, controlling the narrative for the worst is the worst thing happened to this country and the society. And this new trend of woke culture and all that, I thought the woke culture was towards getting the justice, equality. That's fine in that woke. I would go, but going for only one specific thing, having everybody change their sex from male to female, female to, that's the only woke is, then I'm not for it, because it's against my belief, even against natural instinct, against the nature. Remember, whenever you go against the nature, it backfires.
Yeah.
It backfires and it hurts. And what we are going down the road, and there's so many corporations behind it, that is the most worry, because they have the power, they have the resources. They can control again the narrative, the communication channels. And if you look at that, our media, mainstream media, all of a sudden they become so aggressively pushing that agenda as if this is the only problem in the whole world. They are not even less than 0.0001% of the whole world population, but they are controlling 90% of the narrative. Why is it so? Why are we not getting the other side of it? Yeah, you do go, I'm not saying go into closet. Nobody can saying that, oh, we got to shut you in a closet and let you rot there. No, we're not. We're saying that live your life as you want, make you happy. Whichever your partner is, that's your prerogative. And this you should be choice. I'm for, but again, you gonna come after me and my kids and our future generation and mess up their life and minds. That's what I'm against it. And I would say wrong is wrong.
That's
No
right.
matter how you make it or how you sugarcoat it, it's a bitterness inside. It is and you cannot make a sour pill, a sweet pill by just sugarcoating it. So that's my take on this. But that's the next thing that gonna endanger our future generation, and it's going into our. They are very smart. This whatever that group is, they're starting with the academia, going to the schools.
Now, you got a lot of people you deal with overseas, like Dubai, right?
Yes, yes.
South America.
Yeah, not all, but the other Africa, Southeast Asia, like Pakistan and other countries. Yeah,
Yes, and if you have any friends that come over here to
sure.
visit you, you let me know when they can come and do a show too, if they're willing.
Definitely, yeah, I will keep you in the loop and
And
see that if he can do that. And thanks for having me here. And but again, I say please and I request the people, you know, save the environment, create a better place for our future generation. Our time has pretty much done, so let's entrust this to our future generation in a good shape. And electronics, because we are producing, I said, so much electronics, tons of waste every. So let's try to recycle them, and I request the big corporation to decommission it. Decommission means when you give it the used stuff to the responsible people.
so you give Jeff our phone number here, right, Eddie?
Yeah, that's fine. You have my number, and
And
so then
well, so now, you got to catch a plane. You're
yeah.
going to take a holiday vacation. Go visit some people. And my friend from Taiwan, he's telling me he's leaving
Oh,
Thanksgiving Day for a reason in Taiwan. And I'd like to have all I can. I got some Russian friends, and I asked them to come on the show, and they told me, "Oh, I don't want to talk about that country. No, I don't want to. I don't want to get into it. I don't even want to remember none of that stuff." So, but they didn't come on, and of course, I have some other people that I want to come on, and you know me, I'm not racist. I'm not anything but for all human race.
absolutely. No, I
And,
know you.
and
You are a good man. That's
yeah,
why. Otherwise, I would have never come on the show.
well,
So
I've been begging you for weeks to do it, and
yeah, you've been just in and out. It just couldn't happen, but today was I guess, the right way. And I want to say, everybody, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. Enjoy with your loved ones, especially the Christmas is coming up. So remember, a lot of people don't know that. I just want to clarify one thing, that you think that if we are Muslim, we have some hatred towards like Jews or even Christian. So not a lot of people know, and especially in America, I was surprised that we are from the same tree, from Abraham prophet, because we are all cousins. Because there were four books came. One of the is from David. Then the Torah came from Moses. Then Jesus Christ got the Bible, and then the Quran came to Muhammad, peace be upon him. So for us, if we don't believe in Jesus Christ, we cannot be Muslim. Let me tell you, a lot of people have this misconception. What is this religion? They sometimes compare it with Hinduism, which they preach to, they pray to anything and everything. No, we pray to only one God, and we are cousins to all the biblical religion. But again, if we don't believe in Jesus Christ, we cannot be Muslims. Just to let you
if
know.
that's your opportunity, that's your freedom to believe what you believe.
Exactly.
But if you're wrong, but I'm not saying,
No, that's
you
our
know,
belief. That's our religious
and,
belief that
and
no, that's our, not my religion.
yeah,
That's our Muslim belief that we have to, not just we have a choice. We have to believe in Jesus Christ. We believe in Bible. If we don't believe that, that's the misconception. We cannot be Muslims. Let me tell you that.
and some people don't understand that. And when you get some time, you come back. Maybe
Absolutely.
we'll have a talk about that.
Oh
And,
yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And
and
in exchanging thoughts is always good.
even if I believe like you, or you don't believe like me, we're good friends.
Always humanity trump everything. Remember.
And we basically we love one another's.
Exactly. Love is the main
And,
thing.
we love one another's feelings. I mean, we talk together. If we disagree with one another, we tell one another, and we don't get mad about it.
Exactly. And one thing, just to add the last note to it, why I love America and American people is they are what they are on your face. They don't pretend. They are not phony, and they don't try to hurt you. Coming from that region, that's the biggest problem. You don't get people who are what they think they are. There's not like a morality is the big thing, which is the they're gonna be some people who's not gonna be, but why this society flourished all these years, 200 years, the moral values were there. Inside people were good.
Yeah.
As long as you're good human beings, everything gonna be okay. Everything gonna be okay. That's all. And I see you, Lamar. I see a good human being.
Well,
That's why you are a good. Then you're gonna be a good friend, good businessman, and everything.
yeah. And I love doing business with you. I mean, all my people that I do business with, Asians, Hindu, everybody. I love. Hey, I got this Taiwan. He said, I bought all these. I think I told you a story. I I bought all these. I bought all these CDs and movies and all that. And he was saying, well, he's from Taiwan. He said, you ain't gonna never sell them. He said, you're wasting money. And one day I said, he told me his religion. I think he was,
Confucianism,
huh?
Confucianism,
No,
Buddhism, Buddhist,
Buddha.
mostly Buddhist.
He
Yeah.
said, I'll pray to Buddha, you sell them. Well, I said, I'll pray to Jesus that will sell them. And we must agreed on one thing because I sold it and made a good bit of money.
Oh, good, yeah.
But anyway, me and him been friends. We argue every once in a while. We know 20-something years.
Very good.
And he trusted me and I trust him. We do business and, I send him pictures of what I got, and he said, well, okay, I'll pay you this, and then he'll send the money, I'll send the stuff, or I'll send it, and then he'll send the money. And that's how we are like and brothers in friendship, and brothers, in our own way, and we respect one another. That's what's wrong with this world. Nobody has no respect.
Exactly.
And as far as transgenders, when people jump on them because of where they are, they're wrong. Or they jump on a homosexual or they do anything wrong to them, they are wrong people. They have to see they're wrong. And jumping on them or any other race, they have to see before they can change. And there's no justification for jumping on any other race or hating any other race because of China, because of the rulers, or
Right.
because, and I tell people all the time, if Pakistan was like America and you could do business like you do in America, you still love your country, right?
Exactly.
And people don't understand that. They come here to be able to benefit their family just like everybody else. Now, we got a lot of bad things coming across the border, and there's no excuse for that.
Yeah, we got to secure
And
that.
you disagree with that, and
Yeah.
everybody needs to come legal.
Legal. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, well, I wouldn't have a Pakistani friend if you had to come over.
Yeah.
Well, I have some others, but
It's a land of
I
opportunities.
just want you to know I appreciate you. And
Thank you.
I'm not saying this because I'm on TV. I told you that before.
Thanks for having me, and thank you for your
and-
friendship.
You bought stuff from me and lost money, and I tried to make it up to you, but you wouldn't let me.
No, thank you so much. It's also, my belief is you get what is destined for you. So if it's destined for me to make money, I make money. If I'm not destined to make money, it's my luck too. It's the
Yeah,
destiny.
but I don't want you to lose money. 'Cause not just
Life is full of it.
your money's just as precious to you as it is.
Life is like that, Lamar. So
Yeah.
sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, because that is a natural balance in life.
Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna put edit this show, and we're gonna put status. Am I saying it right?
Syed,
Sad. I call it Sad. I'm gonna put his number on there, and if you got any, if you're a company or, but and you know, he don't want just a little bounce of stuff because it costs too much to ship. But if you have any kind of stuff to, recycle, or your equipment, your high upgrade, you'll be able to call him on the number we'll put on the screen after this is edited. But anyway, God bless you.
thank you. God bless you too, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and same to you. Where are you going for your
I'm going to Houston.
Houston?
My family's already flew in there, so I'm just gonna join them. So
Okay.
we're gonna come after Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a deal. I think me and you're going to get
Okay.
work out.
Definitely.
But anyway, God bless everybody's watching, and this was an honor to have you as our guest.
No, it's my privilege that I've been here. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us today. To watch this show again, be sure to visit talkinlive.com. We now have Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels for you to watch from your home TV. Or find more of our recent shows on most any of your favorite social media platforms. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Good night, world. We will be talking live with you next time.
Welcome to Talkin' Live Classics TV. Reserve this spot on our Classics channel today to advertise your business or showcase an upcoming event. We not only provide broadcasting for EPB customers, but we also stream 24/7 on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and online at timelessclassicstv.com. Call our advertising department at 423-290-9194. That's 423-290-9194 to find out more about placing your spot here. Mention code Classics 2023 for your discounted rate today.
Don't miss out on music at its finest as UCTV presents the 38th Annual Catoosa County Stockings Full of Love concert. The concert will be on Saturday, November the 18th, and you can call the Colonnade at 706-935-9000 to get your tickets. Tickets are only $25, and we're also going to include a meet and greet at 6 p.m., and the concert time will be at 7 p.m. Those acts include the one and only Clint Black, Jonathan Bond, Barbara Fairchild, and Roy Morris, and the Greasons. So come on out to the UCTV Catoosa County Stockings Full of Love concert on Saturday, November the 18th.
The Walker County Stockings Full of Love Gospel Concert will be held on Thursday, November 9th at Parkway Baptist Church in Fort Oglethorpe. This free event features Ken Hicks and the Testimony Quartet, Bond Servant, and the Greasons. Donations will be accepted, and all proceeds go toward the Al Millard Memorial Stockings Full of Love program. Join us on Thursday, November 9th at 7 p.m. at Parkway Baptist Church and help us make sure no child in Walker County goes without a gift this Christmas.